Hello everyone, it's everyone's favorite wisecracking alien sidekick, Grover Cleveland here, with a message from the other side of the cosmos to your ears. You can follow Ryan O'Connor at Wrangleshank on Instagram and Twitter. The link is in the description. So don't delay. Click it today. Nanu nanu. Ah.
It's time for Ink the Book Show with your host, Ryan O'Connor. And now, let's ink the book.
Hi, it's me, Ryan. I've missed a couple days doing pages, but I was coming off a pretty terrible schedule, and also had a steak night with my friends that I forgot I was doing, and I don't know, it was hard to make time. But already I see Crimson. Hello, how are you? I finally finished inking and coloring this thing with the snake wrapping up his mouse. Have I drawn anything else good? I know I've drawn a few terrible things. Oh yeah, today I drew this lion, cowardly lion, a little mouse down here waving at him. We'll see it eventually. Come to think of it, that's 2 drawings in a row with a mouse. Crimson says she's good. I'm doing good too. She also says poor mousy. Yeah. But I'm ready to ink. Let's see. Trying to figure out how to do this without busting up the camera. Apparently, all my cameras are more fragile than I act like they are. Okay. And this first drawing, I think I'm going to make his head taller than this because it doesn't look right. Probably somewhere in the middle of these 2 lines I drew. So if I go too high, it intersects with that border, and I don't think I want it to do that. Oh, how's Dad's knees settled down after he overdid it? Yes. And he's still been trying to walk around, and little by little, but he's been more careful to not overextend himself. But he's doing good. Thank you for asking. At least last I heard. Yeah, keep mobile, but take it easy. Yeah, my dad just had a knee replaced, and then I don't know. He's due to get his other one replaced soon. Yeah, I have a few days off now of my day job, so I'm gonna try and make more time for inking pages, and I'll finally be able to get some artwork put on the last few videos because I haven't even been making time to do that. Some thumbnail artwork. I did one for today's video, at least on YouTube so far. What else? More sketchbook drawings. I need to catch up on those because I'm not doing them as often lately. And every time I try to draw something in my sketchbook lately, it's like a lot of sour notes. I feel like I'm just drawing a bunch of garbage lately. Though I like the drawing I did today with the lion. I think that'll turn out good. What else? Oh yeah, so I went to steak night with my roommates. We were talking about it because we used to do it every so often. We haven't done it in like a couple of years now, and that was good. We always tried to make it a point to finish the steak at the place, but I didn't do that this year. It felt like I was eating it for a long time. I felt like I had been eating a ton of it, and then my buddy Tyler, I looked over and he was like done with his, and I looked down at mine, thinking I was getting pretty close, and I was like, "Whoa! There's a whole steak on my plate still. How did that happen?" Crimson says, "I think I'll get myself some steak when I'm out next." Yeah. Or beef leg stems for ossobuco. I don't know what that means. What are beef leg stems and what's ossobuco? Oh, steaks. Gotcha. Beef leg stems. Oh, is something or other. Ossobuco is beef shanks cut into thick steaks with the bone. Okay. You slow cook it with wine and herbs and stuff. It's so good. Ooh, 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 ooh. Sounds good. There's this one place I went with my dad and my brothers one day where it's like they serve like all kinds of meat. And it's kind of like an all-you-can-eat meat thing. It's like guys just keep coming by with different meats and offer it to you, and they'll cut it off the bone right onto your plate. That was good. What is that place called? It's called Texas de Brazil. The one I went to. I'm sure there's other ones too. Other places like that. But that was good. I want to do that again. Are links allowed? If not, I'll whisper you a pic off my Insta of my ossobuco. I actually have process pics in there. Ooh. I think links are allowed. I've put links in before. I don't know if I just have maybe special permission as the guy doing the broadcast, but I think you can put links. Yeah, I'm certain of it. Oh yeah. Cool. I'll check that out. Let me can I copy it from here? Okay, that's just finished dish up pics and a little vid of me cutting the meat. Okay. It's not letting me copy it from here, but I think I can. I'll look into it. I'll check it out. Thank you. Because I was going to copy and paste it into my browser right away so I don't forget, but cool. Can't just click. Yeah, it's not letting me do it here. It just like lets me do that. But I think on the restream I can see it. Let me see. Let me see if I like pull it up as a viewer. That might be a good idea. Where is it? Live now. When I watch other people's, it shows the chat. Oh, I'm too dumb. I don't know. What about Twitch? Because I'm doing that on YouTube. Ah, I'm too dumb. I'll figure it out though. What is that? What is that? Whispered it. Dum. Back to Twitch. Do I have a way of seeing my broadcast? Oh. There it is. I see it. Okay. Boom. Now I got it. Let's see. I just finished reading. Well, I finished reading the Screw Tape Letters a while ago, but at the end of it, there's a little like an essay called "Screw Tape Proposes a Toast," and I just read the last 10 pages of that, or 20 pages of that. I liked that book so much. It's like this the Screw Tape Letters is like this demon tormentor is giving his nephew a student tormentor demon. He's given him all kinds of advice through correspondence on how to properly get his human subject to fall from grace. And then but it's really like the book, it's just like a fictional guise for philosophy. It's a cool little, it's a cool book. It's all made from like kind of like Satan's perspective, but it kind of, I don't know, it's good. I like it. Very entertaining. Oh yeah, I thought you said something new. Oh. My brother Jimmy is out in Florida right now. It was his kids that were on one of my recent streams. And Braden, my 5-year-old nephew, was on here drawing Bonehead on my stream while I was drawing Bonehead. He did a pretty good job. Oh yeah, it's a good book. I want to read more C.S. Lewis now. I've got like all these books. I've got all these tabs open on my internet of books I want to buy. But right now, I think I'm going to be rereading this for the first time in 10 years because I like that book a lot. It's kind of just it's another subject disguised as a fictional story, but it's really just exploring what fourth dimension would be, or what further other dimensions would be. Like if you kind of think about what a two-dimensional world would have to exist as from a third-dimensional point of view, it projects what a fourth dimension would be, but it's told from the perspective of this character who is a square living in Flatland, and explaining it to us. But then the cool part of the story is where it encounters a sphere in Flatland, which no one else believes is a thing, because they can't see a sphere. They've never conceived of a sphere. But then he's explaining to us how he perceives this sphere when all he can see is a straight line. It's interesting. I love books but struggle with reading. Dyslexic. I wonder if you've told me that before. I didn't remember. So I prefer audiobooks, but some of the narrators are so bad. Yeah, that's true. I was listening to a bunch of audiobooks because it seemed like I never had time to just sit and open up a book for a while. And yeah, some of them are pretty bad. Let me see. Yeah, I'm trying to read more because I feel like for so long it's like I was just so obsessed with like TV shows and stuff like that, and sometimes that's all I ever talk about, is TV shows and movies. It's like I really wish I had a smarter brain. And lately I'm a little obsessed with philosophy and stuff like that. But I'm still pretty new to it. Like I think, what was I can't remember what I was. I think I started an audiobook a while back of Moby Dick, which I read in middle school. At least it might have been an abridged version. But I started reading I started an audiobook like a few years ago of Moby Dick, and I think that one I just couldn't go on with. It was so dry and hard to listen to even. I was doing an audiobook. Oh, because this one I was actually listening to on YouTube. You can find some good audio books on YouTube sometimes, I guess. And I own the book, Fahrenheit 451, but I never seemed to find time to crack it open. So I was listening to it, and I really liked the first part of it. I thought the beginning of it was really captivating and interesting, and then as it went on, it's like I couldn't even finish listening to it. But I might try and take another crack at that sometime. What else did I listen to? I listened to Robinson Crusoe, which I had also read in middle school. The Strange Case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. What else? I was trying to go for all these classics. I physically read a copy of One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. I really liked that. I physically read Flowers for Algernon, I think, is one of my favorite books of all time. Where he's like a simple guy, but he gets really smart. He undergoes an operation and gets really smart. And I remember just really liking this one part where he's like seeing his mother in a new light all of a sudden. And I think he's smarter than her now, and he just sees how kind of tragic she is. I remember really finding that interesting. I reread, because I read this one in high school. I reread, what is it called? Slaughterhouse 5 by Kurt Vonnegut, which I really like. It's weird. It's like, I think it opens with them saying, Billy Pilgrim is unstuck in time. And it's like, you're jumping around. He was like a wounded soldier or something. And I think the idea is that he's kind of mentally ill from war, his war experiences. But he thinks he's jumping around in his life, like going back and forth to his birth, to his death, to his youth, to the war. He's just bouncing all over the place in his life, and that's kind of how the book takes place. You're just randomly thrown into different parts of his life, and then he also believes he's been abducted by aliens from a planet called Tralfamador, and we're taken to the scene where he's abducted by aliens. It's weird. Kurt Vonnegut's weird. I have another book by him that I've never read. I've never read anything else by Kurt Vonnegut. But I have Cat's Cradle, too, that I should read. That was a gift I got. I don't know what that one's about. Wait a minute. Oh, okay. I just saw that I got an email from Twitch, and it said something about copyright issues or something like that. I thought I was in trouble, but it was just like tools to help you with copyright issues or something like that. I'm trying to see if anybody's responding to my invite to this stream, because I thought somebody responded to me, but they're just inviting me to lake house for this summer at some point, which would be cool. I haven't gone to that lake house yet. I missed out last time everybody went. These bricks in shadow. Nicking up these bricks. Oh man. So after, I think tomorrow, my room, No, not tomorrow, but on the 1st, day after tomorrow, my roommates are going on a trip to Israel. I'm going to be all alone here. I don't want to be all alone. I'll be fine. I'm alone half the day anyway. But they're going to Israel. That's cool. I'm jealous. They're gonna have to bring me presents. You are welcome to join my Discord and hang out if you hang out with us if you get lonely. Oh, okay. I have Discord. I don't do much on it. I follow a couple artists on there. That's true. You're never alone if you stream. So that, yeah, I gotta keep myself busy with art. Also, I have 6 brothers and sisters, and my parents that I could always visit. Oh, and I was gonna try and see if I could have a night where my nephews come over. Now, 2 of the ones that wanted to come over are in Florida, but I think they'll be back during my days off. So I might be able to pull it off this week. And then the other one, he's in town. I don't know, they just always want to hang out. They're always telling me, I want to come to your house. They're like, it's been a long time since I've been at your house. I'm like, oh, you want to come over to my house, huh? It's like, I don't know what we're gonna do. There's a park here. Last time, I had one of them over. Oh, okay. Last time I had one of them over, what did we do? We went to the park by my house, and then we came home and had dinner and watched Gravity Falls, which I love. And then for some reason he had a bit of a tantrum and started throwing my stuff all over the house. That was weird. And then he went to bed. And the next day, we went to the petting zoo. Oh, we went for ice cream and then went to the petting zoo by my house. That was really fun. There's a petting zoo like blocks away from me, like a 2-minute drive from me. So I don't know if you're familiar with that show Big Mouth, Crimson, on Netflix, starring Nick Kroll. It's like it's about all these cartoon like preteens going through puberty, and I was like, that's ridiculous. How are they going to do a show about that? And I used to talk crap about it all the time. And then my friend was visiting town a number of years ago, and she's like, oh, you guys got to see this show. I was like, I'm not watching that show. And but that friend in particular, she has a way of making me do things I don't want to do. and she gets like really obsessed with everything she's into. And she made me and our other friends all sit down and watch like 4 episodes of Big Mouth, and then we were all hooked. And oh man, I forgot his crown is different than that. Because I was drawing this guy different throughout the book on the pencils, and then I made a model sheet after the fact. Now I gotta make sure I commit to that. Okay, that should work. But anyway, Big Mouth just got a spin-off series that just dropped on Netflix called Human Resources. I just watched all 10 episodes of that recently. It just came out, and I watched all 10 episodes of it. In my defense, it was when I was coming off. It was my first day off the overnights, and I watched it at like 3 a.m. If you're wondering how I have all that time, but I haven't been streaming. But I thought that was really good. I like that. It's kind of just like a parallel thing. It's got a lot of the same characters as the other show, and kind of takes place at the same time. It's just a different like perspective. It's good though. I like it anyway. I think on that same trip, she made us watch like 4 episodes of Broad City, and then I got really into that. So this was like years ago already, but She comes and visits from San Francisco. Like, we haven't seen her in a million years, and then she's like, sit down and watch all of this. All right. Let's see. I've got nothing to say. I got nothing to say. I got nothing to say. I've got nothing to say. That's a song by The Strokes, probably called I've Got Nothing to Say. And it's about right now. My brother Liam wants to make some sketch videos, some sketch comedy videos. I'm going to send the link out to him again. Let's see. Copy. Liam. I don't know. He's probably at work. But we'll see. I have the strangest schedule of anyone I know. I'm always like, why aren't they return? Why won't they come on my show? Because I come on at the weirdest times. And I'm available when everybody else is at work. Or I'm not available when everybody else is normally available. His robes. Everyone's meme game is on fire right now with the Will Smith Chris Rock thing. It's like when coronavirus first broke out, everyone's meme game was like people are channeling that again for Will Smith and Chris Rock, I feel. Will Smith and Chris Rock? What thing? Oh, there was the Oscar show here in the U.S., the Oscars awards, where what happened? So I guess Chris Rock, or no, I mean that is Will Smith's wife, Jada Pinkett Smith. She's starting to lose her hair, I guess. So she's recently started shaving her head. And Chris Rock, Will Smith was nominated for some award, right? So they're sitting there, and Chris Rock is commenting on Will Smith, and because he's on Will Smith, he's, Jada Pinkett Smith is sitting there, and he comments on her hair, her shaved head, and he says something like, Jada, I love you. G.I. Jane 2, can't wait for it to come out, or whatever, because she's got a shaved head. And he starts like moving on from there, and then Will Smith approaches the stage, like storms up onto the stage and smacks Chris Rock across the face. And yeah, it's been all over the dang internet. But he he really hit him. Oh, and then he went back. Will Smith went back to his seat and started like yelling at him from his seat, going, "Keep my wife's name out of your mouth." It got kind of intense. The best one I saw was a TikTok of this guy going, here, let me see if I can pull it up, just because I think it's so funny. Oh, here it is. Let's see. I don't have TikTok, but I got this link from my sister.
Don't get angry. Okay? What did Chris Rock find on his face this morning? What? Fresh Prince. I couldn't help it. It's so good. Fresh Prince. From last night. Please don't hit me. Please stay away. It's just a joke, please. Damn bloody.
I thought that was good. That was my favorite. Fresh Prince. So good. It was right there. I never thought of it. Yeah, somebody even told me, like, I was walking into work and this guy was watching this video. I didn't know what he was watching. I didn't think anything of it. And he's like, did you hear about this? Did you see Will Smith slapped Chris Rock? I was like, no, I don't know anything about that. He's like, oh man, you gotta see it. And he shows me the video that he's watching. And I'm watching it, and even after he told me that, I just assumed it was going to be a playful thing. Like, I thought it was just like a gag. And then I saw the video. I was like, whoa! But I don't know. They got beef. And I've got my 2 cents on all that, like everybody else in America does. But I think I'm gonna hang on to it for the show I do with Liam, where we make fun of stuff on Twitter. But I think people are a little over hearing people's opinions on that matter anyway at this point already. Oh, but it's captivating footage. I probably watched it like 100 times myself. But it's like if it weren't for that, I wouldn't have even known the Oscars happened. It is such a non thing these past several years. Like, I'm surprised anybody watches the Oscars anymore. Well, it's because I never watch TV. I mean, if I watch TV, it's on like a streaming service, so I don't get like the commercials. Now, see, if everyone's always talking about how the Oscars viewership just plummets every year lately, I hear about it every year. Like, nobody's watching the Oscars anymore. Nobody's watching these award shows. What they need to do is, oh, you don't watch TV or any social news stuff. Yeah. Well, good for you. But what they need to do if they want stuff like that to survive, a good start would be to advertise for it on streaming sites. I mean, Hulu still advertises all kinds of crap to me. Why not? Because that's how you would know that the Oscars were coming up. Their advertisements on their networks. Well, their network surely has a streaming site at this point. Like, why don't they run ads for that stuff if they're so concerned that no one's watching it? It's because nobody knows when it is anymore. Not that I ever watched that stuff anyway, personally, but yeah, I've never really seen an Oscars or Emmys or Golden Globes or any of that stuff. All those award shows, Grammys, VMAs. I don't know if any of those mean anything to you out in Australia anyway, Crimson. But yeah, like award shows, they never, I don't know. It's like, I'll like what I like, and I don't know, just seeing them get awards is kind of very empty viewing for me. To begin with. Seems in the past when I've watched TV, seen them in the past when I watched TV, but it's been a good 20 years. Dang, 20 years. Yeah, good for you. Yeah, like anymore, I binge shows that come out on some streaming sites here and there, or I'll put stuff on like as I'm wrapping up the day, like just to wind down or something. But I used to be like, I used to just obsessively watch like every sitcom, and from like 2004, maybe 2003 till 2016, and I just don't have time for that anymore. I do not watch stuff like I did then. Let's see, I'm going to shrink this a tad. So if that's supposed to be the same one Bonehead was holding, it grew a bit. Drawing, drawing, drawing the day away. I gotta make a trip to Kohl's today to return the old video camera that just broke on me to Amazon. So if I drop it off at Kohl's, they take Amazon returns. Ooh, I also got to send out some bills today. I want to get a haircut today, but I've been wanting to get a haircut for like a month now. I keep not doing it. I don't know that today will be different either. Let's see. Oops. There's that. I feel like I hear my roommate talking on the phone through the vents or something. But can't make out what he's talking about. I just wish I could hear every word so I could, I don't know, blackmail him. No, I don't know what I'm saying. Also, I don't even hear him anymore. Wait a minute. Did he leave? Is he leaving? I don't know. He's officially done with his former job. So he's just been at home the past few days. He's going to Israel in a couple days with his fiance for a wedding. And then he starts his new job doing computer-assisted design, which is what he was doing in high school when I met him. I kind of always wanted to do. So I'm proud of him. Okay. There's this like carpet up to the throne. It's all on this platform, this brick platform. It's raised above the rest of the room. I also saw another, going back to the Oscars thing, I saw a meme that said of Ricky Gervais going, Why didn't anyone come up and slap me when I called you all pedophiles and perverts? Which I think was last year's Oscars. Let's see. Okay. Okay. How to do that too. Some kind of alien language on these things. So I have a heater on me in this room probably just about every single time I'm streaming. And before I started broadcasting today, like maybe a couple hours before, I was like, the weather's finally getting good. I can wrap this up and put it away. And then I was making the thumbnail artwork for this, or doing something. I was doing something. And by the time it came time to do the broadcast, I was like, ooh, it had started raining and got all chilly in here again. So I pulled it right back out of the closet and plugged it back in. I try to put it away like a million times a year, and then it seems to just have a permanent place right next to my chair in this room. Here we go. There. Then this continues this way. Oh, there's some bricks here. Okay. So this carpet that's sitting on top of the bricks here, I was trying to find like a few choice spots to like put a little bit of shadow, so it looks like it's not evenly sitting on the ground, or rather, more accurately, like the bricks aren't even. So some spots on the bricks have a little bit of distance between the carpet and them. So there's like a bit of shadow there, bit of shadow there, bit of shadow there, bit of shadow here, to kind of give the carpet weight on the ground, and kind of give some presence to the bricks as well, that they're not even. The devil came and took me from bar to street to bookie. No more nights by the telly. No more nights nappy, smelly. What is that? Up the Junction by Squeeze just popped into my head. I wonder if every Oscars from now on is going to have some wild outburst. Was that last year with Ricky Gervais? No, that's what I'm wondering. Oh, him was the Golden Globes, 2020, I think. It had to be that has to be the one. I didn't do Bonehead's eyebrows. I should draw his eyebrows. When I go to erase the pencils, because most of these pages I haven't erased the pencils underneath the ink. When I go to erase the pencils, I'm going to find all kinds of stuff I didn't ink. I'm sure of it. Okay, here's another tapestry on the wall. Trying to go real thin with it so it doesn't upstage the character here. The main thing I try to focus on as I ink the drawing is how to make as much, to put as much clarity into the drawing as I can. Now I'm no expert at nothing, but that's what I'm trying to do, is get some clarity into the drawing, like with shadows a lot. I try to eliminate any tangents. Like I say, I tried to go light on this so it wouldn't take away from his expression or add any confusion to the two competing things on the page right there, the banner behind him and his face. I'm always looking for ways to make stuff as clear as possible with what I've got. I mean, the last thing I really want to do is redraw the page, but and there is a page that I inked toward the beginning of the book that I'm really debating just redrawing, because I drew it and then I was too in love with the image to change it, but it was kind of a continuity error in the way something was placed on the page. So I think eventually I might just redraw that page. I don't think it'll take anyone out of the scene, but it's just, I know it's wrong. What I gotta do is, I gotta remember to do his crown right. Let's get this thing. Let me pull this down. There we go. Some wood grain on there so we know what we're looking at. Here we've got his shadow. Oh yeah, there's the other example is I wanted to make his head a little taller. In the pencils, I had redrawn the top of his head where it intersects with the border, but I didn't want to take, I don't know, I didn't want his head to break the border of that particular panel. I don't know. Maybe that's not the most profound example of trying to make something more clear. But yeah, sometimes breaking Well, breaking shapes is usually a solution to adding clarity. For example, it might be better if I made this arm break the shape of his beard to show that it's in front. Add a little more dimension to this drawing. I could do that. I don't know if I necessarily want to deal with that. Well, now I can barely see either. So I might as well just do that one. The problem is I don't know if I just made that a weaker hand than I originally drew. Which eyes and hands are supposed to... They're supposed to be the most helpful for clarity in the figure, because they do all the communicating. And they do the heavy lifting of the communicating. So you want to usually get the eyes or the facial expression and the hands right. Here I'm going to break the shape here too. It's tragic though that I always think of making stuff clearer after I lay down the inks. Because then I have to clean up after myself. Ooh, here's something I should do in the next few days too, is see if my sister can get me into the good library. Because I'm now out of my old library's jurisdiction. But, because I suspect they might have a better setup for me to scan these giant pages. And get them digitized so I can start figuring out how to go about coloring them. Well, even before coloring them, I was talking about doing like breaking up the story into 24-page issue comics, black and white issues, just to have something to show in the meantime. I don't know if anyone would be interested in getting their hands on some black and white floppy versions of this comic before it's ready to be a big book. That was something I was thinking about doing. But I got to get it scanned first, you know. I don't currently have a scanner to scan these pages. But I feel like I checked out the library near me to see if I could do it through there. And their setup is supposed to be that I can scan them and it'll email it to me. But it wasn't emailing it for some reason, and I didn't want to fuss. Though they seemed very eager to help. I just I don't like putting people out of their way. I don't like asking for extra attention or something. I'm too shy for my own good. Okay. Oh, almost done with this page. We're almost there. There's a light at the end of the tunnel. Now I'm thinking about the dialogue that's on this page. And I know it's not written very well in the script, but I think I've got better dialogue in my mind right now. I didn't wait for myself to set, like, I felt like I knew what the story, I felt like the story was good enough, but I wasn't waiting for myself necessarily to write the dialogue as good as I should. But I just wanted to kind of like get moving on the story before I never followed through on it. So I started drawing it before I perfected the script. And all along the way, I'm trying to make it better. So like while I was penciling it, I was penciling some pages. I was making some changes as I was penciling it. I'm thinking a lot about how I'm going to make it a little better as I go along. Like I added some pages. I'm continuing to add pages and rewrite stuff, address mistakes, and I'm always thinking about how to make it a worthy read when it's ready. Because I don't want it. I want it to be as much of a hack as I truly am. Because I'm winging it in a lot of ways. I'm just diving into the deep end and making this happen, even whether or not I'm ready. You know what I mean? But all the while, I'm just trying to put in as much effort as I can to make sure first that I follow through on the whole project, and second of all, make it as good as I possibly can. Now, if someday someone watching this is holding it in their hands and says, well, I saw him working so hard on it, but this book is stupid. Well, that's very fair. But I'll still be proud of it just for the fact that I finished it and got it into someone's hands. Because that's what this book is really about for me. I do want to make it good. I would really like it if, when I got it into somebody's hands, if they instead said, wow, I watched him work really hard on this. And also, it's one of my favorite books. That would be really exciting. No, I don't. Favorite might be a long shot, but at least good. I at least would like it if people generally didn't go, it was stupid. I hated that book. Is what they'd say. Okay, I'm gonna put this wall to black. That boy don't got 2 brain cells rolling around in his head. What made him think he could make a book? Wow! Time to wake up. Time's at 2 o'clock. I turned off a bunch of alarms yesterday, but I think it dawned on me to turn off the alarms at 2 o'clock when that alarm went off, and I turned off all the subsequent ones, but I didn't turn off that one. Apparently. Okay. The rest of this throne, which I think is looking a little cramped. I might give him some breathing room here. Oof. I don't like that. Jeez. Woof. And then some shadow here. And I think I'm done with this page. I think I'm done. I think I'm done with this one. Hallelujah. It's a Christmas miracle. They said he couldn't do it. And then he did it. Boy, is there egg on my face. I like that drawing of the king. I think that worked out pretty nicely. Oh, no way! The new camera just had the same problem where it came off. It's still screwed in, but the camera came off. Gosh darn it! Hey, Logitech. That ain't cool. I might be going back to, what do you call it? The other one I had, Nexigo. I need to be able to use and abuse these things. I've had this for like 3 days. This is the second, maybe third stream I've used this for. It popped off like that. That ain't good. Dang it. Well, it's been a good life. It's been a good day. Other than that, I'll be back. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. Don't do some things that I would do, like tear my camera off the mount.